1972 was a great year in hockey. First of all, it was the Summit Series between Canada and Russia, which Canada won eventually at the Paul Henderson goal. It was also Bobby Orr and the Boston Bruins with Phil Esposito and company won the Stanley Cup. But in Glace Bay, the Metro Bees were the Atlantic Junior B hockey champions, and we got a chance to talk with some of those players, and even James Edwards, president of the Glace Bay Minor Hockey Association, is in attendance to talk about that.
If there's a better place to play hockey, than Glace Bay, and in the Glace Bay Miners Forum, I don't know where it is.
The Glace Bay Miners Forum may be a memory now, but there was a time when a number of iconic teams used the big ice surface on North Street as their hockey home. One of those teams was the Cape Breton Metro Bees. The 1971-72 hockey season saw that team, coached by Leo Amadeo, go from being a group of players from different areas to a cohesive unit that won the Atlantic Junior B Hockey Championship. Dave McLean, the team's cornerstone defenseman, said the biggest hurdle early on was making the Bees a team.
It was only initially, as you know, the Glace Bay, Sydney, North Sydney rivalry and all that. So here you're combining Sydney and Glace Bay. So it was only initially, but like you said, once you hit the ice, and then of course winning takes care of everything. And once you got on a little run, it didn't matter where you were from. It just didn't. You wore the same sweater and away you go.
Stan McDonald, one of the team captains who wore the C when the squad took home the Atlantic title, said they walked into the dressing room in September of that season, a bunch of guys from Glace Bay and a group of guys from Sydney.
Right away there was a rivalry. It happened in around September. We split the team up in the dressing room, and from then on the team just coasted. We came together, played for the coach, everybody had a role. And I've never played on a team that was so special as this one. It was very special. When we walked in the dressing room, it was the Metro Bees. We played for Leo Amadeo, and no, there was no Sydney, there was no Glace Bay, there was none of that. It was just the Metro Bees, each and every one of us.
Nicky Boner, who was one of the more diminutive players on the team, said being a member of the Metro Bees was a life-changing experience for him.
It's just precious. I don't think I get traded in for anything that has happened in my life, outside of family, of course, but play with these guys, yeah, it was life-changing, man. Leo wanted us to win, and we played to win for Leo. We didn't play for ourselves, we played for Leo, and I think anything you play, you should play for your coach and your team, and that's what this team brought to the table for us. So for me, precious and life, it's just been a big change in my life to say I played with the Metro Bees. I'm so proud to say I did.
Greg Thiel is Leo Amadeo's nephew. He was playing in the Ontario Hockey League, the OHA, when he decided to head back to the Bay and suit up with the Bees.
The guys I played with, they just gave it their all every game. We were just talking, when we got down to that 9 players that time. And we, when the other guys come on, if they got 4 shifts a game, they were happy with it. They were happy with 4 shifts. They didn't mind if Leo put our line out there, like we get a 30-second rest and back out we go. We get a 30-second. They knew that our job was to score goals. Their job was to do something else. And just the camaraderie that developed among everybody on that team. Everybody liked everybody.
Danny Baldwin, who played Junior A with the Cape Breton Metros the year before, said it was a great level of hockey, and he echoed the sentiments that it was a team that came together at the right time.
Well, you can't do it all yourself. Everybody thought the same, and Dave was a good stylish hockey player, but he could handle himself too, and very smooth, And Teddy Clark, big boy with you. You always had somebody good with you, and Delmer on defense. Good hockey players. And we knew the game, and Leo he was a good coach. That was the main thing. Even at the first of the year, I think we thought we could do it, but it just took some fine-tuning to get us there. But really made good friends with a lot of people and stuff afterwards, Like teammates for years, and we're still best friends,
Like I said, we had our challenges up until December, but after that, this team started to roll, and there was just nothing that could stop it. Everybody was on the same page, and not a whole lot of hockey clubs can say that, especially when we have Sydney, Glace Bay, Sydney guys. I mean, it was a tremendous feat that we had, right? And it was special, very special.
He picked 5 guys, 5 tough guys. He said, you, and you were starting.
Yeah, started the
I don't
game.
have a penalty in the first 30 seconds. That'll be the last time on the ice. We have 2 penalties in about 8 seconds.
Yeah.
Just because he
That's
said,
what he did too.
we're gonna make sure these guys
Yeah.
realize they got 5,000 fans and we're crazy. You know?
And Leo kept on saying, it's not about you, it's about us. It's like he was big on the chemistry thing. Like I said in an interview a long time ago, he couldn't spell chemistry, no disrespect. I said that written from his wife that night in Sydney, the whole thing. He couldn't spell chemistry, but guess what? He knew how to put 20 guys that didn't know each other. Not that we didn't like each other, we just didn't know each other.
We surprised that the
Leo commanded respect. He had big black gloves on. He's sitting like this. Who's going to argue with him? Right? Nobody. Right? We would have went through the wall for that guy, and that's the type of coach that he was, and he just got that respect of every one of us. You know?
Leo passed away. We were all there. I'll never forget it. The team before us, Teddy Coates, were there. And when I got there, the boys were there. I said, when the guys in the other team, the junior minor team, I said, what are you guys doing? Oh, we're going to walk him with Leo. I don't think so. That's not going to happen. We are. And we did. And it was, you know what, tough to lose him, but we were proud to play for Leo.
You know what? Lots of times over the years, this conversation would come up about this team, and it's not just me speaking. Like all of the fans, Richie, and all of the guys in the arenas to this day, we remember the '72 Metro Bees, and we remember you fondly. Thanks very much.
The Metro Bees Atlantic title in 71-72 is more than just a hockey playoff victory. It was a moment in time when 2 arch-rival groups found a bond which ignited a common sense of purpose that took them where they wanted to go.